Do not act falsely concerning the truth of the laws and recommendations of the creation of all things creation, and do not act falsely concerning the true prophets, just as you shall not knowingly consciously act falsely amongst yourselves, and shall not practice lovelessness or unfaithfulness, neither lying nor slander, calumny, nor hatred, nor revenge, and nor retribution, nor outrage, acts of Gevalt, torture, murder, nor defilement, violation, and nor trafficking in people of your kind, human beings, man, woman, and child. And you also shall not incite battles, wars, nor in freedom bondage, unpeace, misdeeds, crimes, and nor jealousy, nor voracity, nor stinginess, and nothing else that is an infringement of the laws and recommendations of the creation of all things creation. And know that your goods and possessions and all your riches shall not be a temptation for you to be avaricious, and be thoughtful, reminded that your children are a richness of your clan family, but are not to be put to work like those amongst you who have come of age, grown-ups, and be thoughtful, reminded that you shall not sell your children, offer them for sale, or defile, misuse them for your revelry, sexuality. Your children are the reward of your love and togetherness. Therefore you shall also keep care for and educate them in love and regard, protect them in deference, honorableness, and consider that your children are the time to come future for all people of your kind, humankind, because they are the ones who continue your inheritance. Love your children as you love yourselves, and teach them the truth of the laws and recommendations of the creation of all things creation, so that they may be rightfully led, educated, and bear this inheritance in the time to come future. Know that if you fear non-right and unfairness or responsibility, and non-righteousness, consciencelessness, as well as virtuelessness, unpeace and lovelessness, hatred, revenge and retribution, outrage, act of Gevalt, unfreedom, bondage, all disgracefulness, badness, and all infamous actions, crimes, then you will be spared from all the terrible things and calamity that you bring down on yourselves through your irrationality. Do not be ones unknowing of the truth, and do not forge intrigues, guilefulnesses, against people of your kind, next one's human beings, so that you are not captured by them, and that they do not kill you or drive you away. If the words of the teaching of the true prophets are presented to you, then open your ears and listen, because their words are nothing at all like the false, hazy speeches, fables of the old ones that they learn from the false prophets. And do not lend your ear to the false prophets who taught that their gods and tin gods would have stones rain down on you from the firmament, or would bring down painful punishment on you if you acted against their wishes and directives, commands, because truly this is only lies. The creation of all things creation is not like the fabulated, invented gods and tin gods who supposedly demand punishment and obedience from you. The creation of all things creation and its laws and recommendations are, however, free from punishment and obedience. Therefore, people of your kind, human beings, do not need any excuse towards the creation of all things creation if you commit errors and infamous actions, crimes, because truly if you commit non-right and misdeeds, then you only need an excuse for yourselves and amongst people of your kind, human beings, because you are yourselves responsible for vindication, responsibility, because you are your own teacher, master, and protector. Therefore you yourselves determine your own accountability and unaccountability, even if you do not want to know this. And if you do not change and cannot excuse yourselves to yourselves and to people of your kind, fellow human beings, because you do not turn to the truth, then do not be presumptuous, do not dare to be unfair to the truth, to prophets and to those who strive to proclaim it and teach you the laws and recommendations of the creation of all things creation, and do not dare to whistle at them, to disrupt them by hand-clapping, catcalls and base words, or to incite others to do so. Truly, those amongst you who are ones unknowing of the truth and who deny the laws and recommendations of the appearance, nature, and of the creation of all things creation, you dare to expend, use, your possessions and riches for bribery in order to lead away the ones knowing of the truth, fair ones, responsible ones, righteous ones, conscientious ones, and virtuous ones from the path of the truth, and certainly they will continue in their doings until calamity strikes them, which gives them cause for remorse, and they will be overwhelmed with the rightness of the truth, so that they eliminate the state condition in themselves which is a shadow world, hell, for them. Those amongst you are lost in yourselves who do not separate the evil from the good. Therefore you heap evil upon evil, and you create darkness in yourselves with regard to equitableness, fairness, righteousness, conscientiousness, and virtuousness, as well as with regard to love and consonance, harmony, freedom and peace. So you are full of terrible things, and you spin deeper and deeper into your shadow world, hell. However, if you stand back, turn away from all your inner terrible things of inequity, unfairness, and non-righteousness, consciencelessness, and you turn to equitableness, fairness, and righteousness, conscientiousness, and the real truth, then you can forgive yourselves what has passed, and if you really turn to the truth, then you will find love and peace in yourselves, as well as freedom and consonance, harmony, by means of which you will also turn to virtues. Fight against the evil and unfairness or responsibility that is in you, and against all terrible things, so that you are not longer persecuted by them, and your knowledge and your wisdom are directed to the truth of the laws and recommendations of the creation of all things creation. However, if you stand back, turn away from them, and continue to follow evil, then truly you create further lovelessness, unpeace, unfreedom, bondage, and dissonance, disharmony in yourselves. And if you turn your back on your inequity, unfairness, non-righteousness, consciencelessness, and on all your inner terrible things, then you will become your own protector and your own perfect helper. And know that whatever you do which is non-right, it will come back on you in battle. War also belongs to non-right and great terribleness, and you shall avoid it with all good and fair responsible means, as well as with love only, peace and freedom, love and consonance, harmony. Amongst all peoples of your kind, humankind, is the path of equitableness, fairness, and of the truth of the laws and recommendations of the primal power creation. Consider, battle, war, is never a path to creating peace, freedom, love and consonance, harmony, but only a path of mishapening, hatred, unpeace, unfreedom, bondage, dissonance, disharmony, pillage, revenge and retribution, robbery, destruction and boundless outrage with bloody deeds, killing, and defilement, violation. Only you, as people of your kind, human beings, have the might to avoid battles, wars, and to allow solely the laws and recommendations of love to prevail, as they are given through the creation of all things creation. Therefore you shall follow their truth, so that it goes well with all people of your kind, humankind. Do not stand on the side of evil and unfairness or responsibility, of non-righteousness, consciencelessness, and of all terrible things. Rather stand on the side of right, so that you do not fall into the depths of an abyss of non-right, of unclearness and dissensions, tensions, strifes arise between people of your kind, fellow human beings, or between your peoples. Then search for a mutual arrangement, so that you may consider, clarify your conflict, altercation, and unfavor enmity, and create peace amongst one another, and bring about such arrangements for consideration, clarification of the situation before it is too late, and your sagenous rationality turns into exogenous irrationality, determined through your agreements that peace and freedom, as well as consonance, harmony, shall prevail rather than battle, war, being considered, because it is only in this way that protection on earth can be given to all people of your kind, humankind, and the truth of the laws and recommendations of the creation of all things creation can be fulfilled.